Mackenzie, and I went up to Rob, and I was just like, hey, and he's like, oh, what's your name? And he's like looking at my things, my name, and then he signed it to me, and he said that he was like really tired all of a sudden, and that I was like, oh, it's all the screaming, right? And he's like, yeah, I don't know, I just hit like a brick wall or something, I don't know. And so he just laughed, and then I went over to Kristen, and I had this whole thing prepared. I did exactly what I wanted to do. I said, hi, like, I'm a really, really big fan of yours. And I started getting like kind of like my voice started shaking at that point. I got myself together, and I said, I gave you a bracelet at the Eclipse premiere, and I have 2 more for you because I've been trying to give her to since November. And she said, oh, and I wore it. I still have that. And I almost lost it again. It was like, oh my God, she still has it, and she remembers it, and that she wore it. And so I gave her mine, and she was like, oh, that's awesome, And then she signed it to me, and it was personalized. And then I said, can I have a hug? And she's like, oh yeah, man. And then she got up, and she saw my dress. Show the dress. Show the dress. Anyway, so she saw my dress, and she was like, oh my God, your dress is so much better than mine is. It's actually ripped. And so she complimented me on my dress, and then she gave me a hug, and like a big hug, and like she is so tiny, and my life is made, and I managed to not cry. I didn't even like tear up at all, and I'm really proud of myself. And then after I got my hug, I was just like, oh my God. I was just like, thank you. I was like, thank you, And then I went over to Taylor, and I was just like, he complimented me on my costume. He was like, oh man, this is awesome. I was like, yeah, I had red contacts too, but it got annoying. It's like, oh yeah, they have that problem. And then I was like, yeah, so I had them in for like an hour, and I took them out. And he's like, yeah, well, this is awesome. And then I went over to Mackenzie, and she didn't really say anything at all, but it was okay. I was on a Kristen high. And so yeah, I'm actually surprised I'm not crying in this video because it is like so crazy. So yeah, that was it. Yay! Okay, bye. Bye.